All right, for the Yepa Monasticharones community, here we are with another day and another Last Day on Earth video, and we've got an update even though it hasn't arrived for everyone yet. Let's read. And I have to tell you that for now, this update is available on the Galaxy Store, and I think for the Rus Store, okay? The Russian store. I don't think it's available yet. Definitely not on Android, which I use, and I'm pretty sure not on the App Store on iOS either. But probably, since we already have it in the Galaxy Store and in some other stores, Android and iOS players, which is most of us, will probably get this update. We'll have it by Monday or Tuesday at the latest. I have to tell you that even though it seems like everything it brings is good, there's a downside, but it's only going to affect a small group of players. Let's take a look, and I'll explain everything to you. Base expansion. Need more space? Gather resources to clear the debris. Territory blueprint. You need a blueprint to unlock new land. Look for it in the Genesis Fund. What does this mean? That we will be able to expand the base. And for that, we need a series of blueprints that we can buy here. Now you'll see the price, the amount we can buy, and so on. You can also get them as rewards from some events, but we'll see all of that in a moment. New visualization of the survivor's path and multiple bugs fixed. Let's take a look at everything. And for that, let's start with the survivor's path and the negative part of this update. If we go here to the support section. Thanks to Exomon for telling me this has been here for a couple of days. And let's go to the What's New section. We see that the update is already announced here with pretty complete notes, and it tells us thanks to the recent changes. Now you can gradually expand your home base, unlocking new areas for construction. We were hoping for this because there are more and more storage units, more workbenches, and we can't fit everything. Survivors can now get additional areas and carry out larger scale projects. The Survivor's Path is now divided into two independent paths. One focuses on getting you started, as well as furnishing the base, exploring regions, and fighting bosses. The other focuses on the settlement, expeditions, and drone assembly. This will allow you to develop both paths simultaneously and access the new content earlier. What does this refer to? Well, if we go to the Survivor's Path, you can see that we have a lot of chapters. And you have to do them in order. You have to do this one first. When you finish this one, then this one, okay? You have to go in order. Now they're going to split them so that we have the wasteland part and the settlement part separately. Which is a part of the wasteland, but well, it's kind of a different part. So we're going to have one area, a Survivor's Path, where we'll have all these chapters. And another for expeditions, the settlement, engineering networks, and the drone. So yeah, we'll be able to do these chapters simultaneously, starting with the first one, okay? Which is the expeditions one. And at the same time, we'll be doing this part. An advantage for new players or for those players who still haven't completed this Survivor's Path. It's super important to do it, especially to get the drone and to unlock a lot of rewards. That way we don't need to go chapter by chapter, but we can go. Well, you have to go chapter by chapter, but in two different branches, and we can progress in both branches at the same time. If we get stuck in one of them, we can continue with the other. So, well, this is an advantage for new players or players who have been playing for a while but haven't finished the Survivor's Path. That brings us back to the same point. And here we're also going to talk about the downside for new players. New players will have a positive side, which is what we just saw. And a negative side, which is this. What is the debris and how does it work? The new base territories are unlocked gradually. You can't build walls, floors, furniture, workbenches, or other objects in an area until you clear the debris that's there. To unlock a new area for construction, you need to clear the debris using the necessary resources. If you notice, this part we're looking at isn't a new part. It's not something they're gonna put debris on so we can unlock it and build more. No, it's something that was already there. Alright? And now new players will have to clear it, they'll have to remove this debris, and it will cost them resources. And it will cost them blueprints, the ones we've been talking about, which we'll see how much they cost now, and so on and so on. So new players on one hand will be able to progress along the Survivor's Path faster. But on the other hand, they'll progress more slowly in the base because they'll have to clear a lot of the base territory. Not all of it, obviously. But they'll have to unlock a large part of the base territory. And by clearing that debris, okay? To have the base that veteran players already have, okay? The whole layout, the 18 by 18 cleared, built, and so on and so on and so on. Here I'm going to give you a little tip. Because I don't know if this debris will appear for players who start a new account or for those players who don't have these parts built. So if you are those players, that type of player who still doesn't have the whole base built, covering the entire territory, I recommend this to you. There's no need to put up walls. But I recommend that you put floors over the entire territory. If you have a garden area with gardens or whatever, with a rain collector, whatever it is, perfect. But for the rest of that 18 by 18 map, cover it all with level 1 floors before the update arrives. Because if not, it's possible. We're not sure yet. But it's possible that if you don't have something occupying the space, they'll put some debris here and you'll have to remove it. And it won't be cheap to do that. I'm just saying, it could be only for new player accounts, but you have to be prepared. And here's the little trick I'm sharing with you. Okay, players who have been playing for a while and don't have everything built are going to avoid having to clear this debris. Where can I find the site blueprint? You can get the site blueprint in the Genesis collection or claim it as a reward for participating in certain in-game events. We're going to see it now, okay? Because now we're going to look at the positive side. This is the negative part. But the negative part is that there is an area that is going to be expanded. That didn't exist before this update. Here they ask us if zombies can get through the debris. And obviously they answer yes, that the debris is garbage. That doesn't stop a zombie or anything. And if you don't put up walls, they'll eat your brains. So now we're going to look at the positive side. The first thing I'm going to show you, and thanks to Aaron for the images, and thanks to Commendator for the images of the update data, look at the right side of the base. I'm going to log into my account now as well so you can see it. Look further over here. Look, here we are. We would get up to here, and here. Okay, they're going to add 2 lines. Okay, one square, another square. Okay, they're going to add these 2 lines. All the way up. Since we have a line that's 18, okay? Since it's a double line, that's 36 slots, which is actually quite a lot. For a first expansion, it's 36 slots in the base, which lets us store 36 things, okay? 36 chests or fewer things, but leaving more free space, okay? So that sometimes everything isn't so crowded together. An important part we have here. Look, each of these squares is a 2 by 2. You have to remove them individually, and all of them cost the same. Careful, I don't know if the squares we saw before, the ones that new players have to clear, are gonna cost the same, or if they're cheaper. I imagine they'll be cheaper. Because the cost of these squares isn't cheap. Although, as I said, veteran players will probably be able to make use of this right away. I don't think it's going to be a big problem, but still be careful. Even so, it's not cheap, because each of these squares is going to cost us 7 blueprints, which is 700 genomes. Or we'll have to wait for some event where they give us this reward, okay? And then each of them needs 2 gunpowder, 3 carbon compounds, and 5 lead. And 10 ash planks. Okay, it's not cheap. And you have to multiply this by 9, because there are 9 squares. 18. Okay, that's the length. Since each one has 2, there are 9 squares that need to be cleared. In total, that would be 90 ash planks, 45 lead, 27 carbon compounds, and 18 gunpowder. Like I said, for a player like me or any other veteran player, it's not a problem. Maybe you'll say, oh, I spent all my ash. Well, you farm some ash and you'll get it. It's not a problem. But be careful, it's not cheap. Okay, but anyway, it's a base expansion. I'm really happy with this base expansion, which we've been asking for a lot. And now, another little tip I'm going to give you. If you look, okay, this is the purchase from the Genesis collection. Okay, we're going to buy all of this in the Genesis collection, just like we can buy anything else. We go into the Genesis collection, and here. It will appear. Okay, here also, right in the front row, these blueprints will show up. This image was sent to me by good old Era, who already has the update. Look, it gives us a limit. We can buy up to 212 blueprints. How many are we going to spend to clear out this new base expansion? Well, if we pay attention, okay, if we have to buy 9, if we have to clear 9 of these, and each one requires 7 blueprints, it's clear that we're going to spend 63. But damn, Phil is letting us buy 212. Why is that? Has Phil gone crazy? He's given us an absurd margin. I don't think so. It's probably because nothing is confirmed, but most likely this will be the first expansion of others to come. It's very likely that just like they expanded this whole area aesthetically, up there, around here, and so on, now they're going to enlarge this area for us. It's quite likely that in the future, maybe they'll add another row below, another one here, or 2 on each side. We'll see. But the fact that they're letting us buy so many blueprints is suspicious. So I recommend that for now, you don't build a permanent base using those extra spaces, okay? Unlock them. Put things there. Alright, put things there that can be looted. You can place extractors, farms, statues, trees, use it however you want. But just in case, and I'm almost convinced more expansions will come, because the fact that we can buy more blueprints means more base expansions will come. Maybe not, but everything points to yes. For now, I wouldn't make a final design yet. In fact, I'm going to stick with my current final design for a while longer, until Viva fills up and I have to expand, or until Kefir confirms that they've released all the updates for the map development they have planned, and for that we'll probably still have to wait a few more months. In any case, overall good news. The Survivor's Path can be completed faster now, and with 2 different branches. Expansion of 36 slots in the base. As soon as the first day the update arrives, we'll expand all of this quickly. And the downside is that new players will have to spend some resources and some blueprints. Probably much cheaper than this. It doesn't make sense for new players to need ash wood before they have the ATV or lead, etc. Even if they only ask for wood, nails, or similar, you'll still need blueprints, which cost genomes or must be won at events. You'll have to pick them over other rewards. So if you're a newer player without everything built, try to build everything. Okay, even if it's with level 1 floor super cheap, you spend 100 or 200 wood to complete everything you're missing. That way, they can't put any rubble there anymore. Only the ones that will appear for the new area. But all the rubble they're going to add for the area that already exists, they won't be able to put it there anymore. Guys, if you liked the video, leave me a like, share it with all your friends, and you already know that here, the most important thing is to be resourceful. And to deserve it,